So I think I'd like less of that. Hey, what's going on, guys? Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. And before I get into this video, please remember to like the video and subscribe. We are this close to 2,000 subs, so if you could hit that subscribe button, it'd be most helpful, and I appreciate it very much. And it's free. So tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite, there's a lot of things that went down. But what I want to talk about mainly is the promo battle between MJF and Jeff Jarrett. And more importantly to me, outside of the contents of the actual promo battle, is the fact I believe two very important individuals that are going to be taking AEW's TV forward into the future for the next 5 to 7 years at least are Hangman Page and MJF. Now, if you've seen some of my previous content, you saw me mention that I believe that the two most interesting characters in all of wrestling right now are Drew McIntyre and Hangman Page. And for him and MJF to be wasting their time in feuds against Christopher Daniels and Jeff Jarrett is asset mismanagement at its finest. Now, I got love for Christopher Daniels and Jeff Jarrett for their work in TNA, more so Christopher Daniels and Jeff Jarrett. But let's be real. Within the next 6 months, at most 2 years, these two guys are going to be non-factors for AEW when it comes to their television product. And for MJF and Hangman Page to be feuding with them right now at a point of time where you're getting people left and right saying the product is bad. And you got guys like Swerve Strickland as well and Will Ospreay who are feeling like they're being de-emphasized, and older guys feeling like they're being emphasized more, like Chris Jericho, who takes a good amount of TV time. Adam Copeland's in the main event scene. Like I said earlier, you got Christopher Daniels and Jeff Jarrett feuding with two of their younger top stars. It just feels as if we're just in this bubble of like, what is going on? Because Hangman and Swerve and Ospreay and MJF, these are the guys who are going to be taking the product forward. And they should be emphasized as much as possible. They should be in main event angles. They should be, even if they're not in main event angles, they should be in angles dealing with other individuals who are going to be building this company up and building more momentum. And feuding with Jeff Jarrett and Christopher Daniels, in my opinion, doesn't do that. Maybe there's some people out there who likes that stuff. I don't like that. And coming from a guy who's pretty positive when it comes to his content should say a lot, because there's not a lot of times where I'm making content about stuff I dislike. All right. But you get this promo between Jeff Jarrett and MJF. And it sucks to say this because he's such a talented individual. But if you've seen one MJF promo, you've kind of seen them all. You see this promo between these two individuals get very personal. You see Jeff Jarrett's wife get brought up. You see MJF's mother get brought up. You see MJF's current girlfriend get brought up. And you have Jeff Jarrett call his girlfriend a call girl multiple different times, which is a old head terminology. And you see Jeff Jarrett kind of get his breaking point when MJF starts mentioning Owen Hart. Now, as we all know, Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett were friends back in the day, and we really got somewhat more connected to Jeff Jarrett in AEW when we had the Owen Hart tournament go on last year. That's when we really started, getting more layers of Jeff Jarrett's character in AEW. And you had people, whether it was a small portion or a big portion of people in AEW, kind of hoping maybe he did win it. But tonight and going forward, a match between these two doesn't really excite me. In-ring wise, man, look, even Jeff Jarrett, about 15, 20 years ago really wasn't doing it for me. So I don't know what we're going to get in the ring when it comes to these two. I'm hoping it's maybe just a Dynamite match or maybe even a special edition of Dynamite match and not an actual pay-per-view. Because I'm hoping that once we get to March for Revolution, MJF is doing something a little bit more significant instead of feuding with Jeff Jarrett. I like the fact, though, that we got a little bit of a different, edgier side to Jeff Jarrett than we usually do. Because a lot of times, Jeff Jarrett's very kind of, clean, not so dirty when it comes to his language and terminologies. And we got that tonight. He called MJF a little shit. He brings up the fact that he's a 12-time champion and he's done every single thing that MJF has done right now, and he's done it better than MJF. And how MJF really hasn't really done anything in the business, and how MJF really isn't an individual who has done a lot, and he's scared to be a one-hit wonder. He got the crowd chanting one-hit wonder at MJF, and MJF brings up his accolades. He brings up the fact that he was one half of the biggest main event of the biggest wrestling show of all time. He brings up the fact that he was the world champion. He brings up the fact that he had record ratings, buy rates for pay-per-views. And Jeff Jarrett, once you see Jeff Jarrett on top, your company is on death's doorsteps, which is true. If you look back, at WCW's dying days, you saw a lot of Jeff Jarrett. Right? And that was probably the coldest, remark of the whole promo battle. That's the one part I liked about it a lot. But other than that, man, like I said, this is a waste of freaking time, in my opinion. And I want it to wrap up as soon as possible. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did you enjoy this back and forth between MJF and Jeff Jarrett? Are you looking forward to the match between these two? Are you not looking forward to the match between these two? Let me know in the comment section. And like I said before, it would be much appreciated if you subscribed. If you haven't, we are this close to 2,000 subs. But even if you don't subscribe, at least hit the thumbs up. All right. I'm Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.